Welcome to the channel. Thank you for clicking on the video. Before we start, if you don't mind, I've done a lot of work for this video, so hit that like button, subscribe if you're not, share the video. Now today, I have got the Dabson 3000L. I've done previous videos on the 1000L and the 2000L, and I'm going to tell you what, Dabson is an awesome company. Customer service, second to none. I only know of one other company that I would say that about. Uh, I absolutely love Dabson. They are quality. And before we get started, I really want to stress to you, I am not in collaboration with Dabson. I don't work for them. This is my video. I have paid for everything that you're going to see in the video. I just really like them. Their customer service is awesome. I mean, I'm telling you, they're a company to really look at. And I have had great service out of these power stations. I even got two DBS 1300s, and they have run flawlessly. And I just want to say, when you buy a power station, you're not just buying the power station, you are buying their customer service and warranty. And their warranty out of the box is 3 years. After you register it on their online website, you get an additional 2 years. So that's 5-year warranty. But I want to stress to you the customer service. If there is no customer service to help you, you have no warranty. It's that simple. But I'm going to give you just a little short story on my DBS 1300. I have two of them. When I bought my first one, I couldn't get it to connect to my app, and I was really having trouble. I emailed them. It was either email or chat on their website, one of the two. And I told them my problem. They got back to me within 24 hours and said, we understand you're frustrated and all that. They said, how about this? Give us your phone number. We're going to FaceTime you. And it was late in the evening. I'm talking maybe like 9, 10 o'clock at night. They did call me and FaceTime me. They literally were in, I guess, China. It was Asians, not saying nothing bad against them. They're smart. But it was a warehouse full of them, and I could see Dabsons on the tables. And they were in the warehouse working. There were two men. One spoke pretty good English, and we communicated, and he told me, try this, try that. Come to find out, it was a miscommunication on my part. The way I read it out of the manual, I was thinking something else. But long story short, they figured it out, connected it, great service. And I've always said, what company is going to FaceTime you from across the world? That right there put a good vibe on me about this company. And that's when I first bought my first one. Since then, I bought a second DBS 13. Then I bought the 1000L. Then I bought the 2000L. And I've done review videos on each of them. Now I have bought the 3000L. This thing is a beast, and we're going to get into that. Don't leave the video. I'm telling you, I've really got a good little video for you to show you. I'm going to show you exactly how big of a monster this thing is. But this here, I'm telling you, when I first got it, and I've had it now for maybe a couple of weeks, and I always try everything on it. Let me turn it around here. You can see right there, Dabson 3000L. Right there is the front. But I always try out the USB ports, USB-A, the AC outlets, the light. I always try everything on every power station I get, because you just never know. Something might not just connected when they were putting it together at the factory. I checked everything out. Everything run flawlessly. Well, as I was doing my tests and checking it out and everything, one evening I finished the test, and it was pretty much depleted to zero. And I thought, I need to power dump another power station into this, get it charged up real fast. That way tomorrow I can start another test. Well, I plugged this up to another power station, and I turned the AC on. Well, it wouldn't connect. It wouldn't draw in the power. And I thought, well, maybe it and this one power station isn't getting along. So I tried another power station. It didn't work. And I thought, well, something's up. I emailed Dabson, and they literally got back to me probably within an hour and a half. I'm probably going overboard. And they said, sorry, we took so long. I got your email. I've already talked to an engineer, and they had pictures of the app circled in red what they wanted me to do. Hit this button, next, go here, next, go here, which I knew what they were doing. It was a software update. I done the software update in around 12 minutes, is about how long it took. Fixed my problem, plugged it right up to another power station, works flawlessly. So it just needed the newer version update. And what I'm trying to stress to you is I had a problem, and within an hour and a half, they got back to me with the fix. So I'm trying to stress to you how good their customer service is. I really recommend Dabson. Again, I don't work for them. I am just trying to inform you on a good power station and company to invest your money in. That way, when you need your power station, when the power goes out for whatever reason, vacation, RVing, but I want you to have something that you can rely on. And if something should go wrong, you've got a customer support that's going to fix the problem, or at least at the very most, fix the unit. So now that that's out of the way, I want to introduce you here to the Dabson 3000L. This thing is a monster. Let me tell you, I love this thing. I am flat telling you. I always say, you got three categories of power stations. You've got the small ones from like 300 up to about 1,000, like this. And this one will run your refrigerator. I will leave links in the description of both videos for the reviews. This will run a refrigerator. It'll run pretty much anything this one will, just not near as long, and you can't put as much onto it, different devices. Bigger the battery, the more devices you can put on. But this is worth buying if that's in your price range. But I always say, out of the three categories, up to 1,000 watt, then you got your roughly 2,000 to 2,400 watt. And at the very least, really, I recommend a 2,000 watt if you're going to buy one. But then you go up to your larger category, 3,000 to 5,000. And that's why I like this. They are still portable. They're heavy. If I ain't mistaken, this is 56 pounds. You can move them around, but you don't want to move them around all day, 50 times a day, because it will break your back. But they do sell a cart on their website. You can get the cart for this. That way you can adjust the handle and just wheel it around like luggage. But when you get these larger units, you can put more onto them, run more, and for longer time. You can run 2 or 3 appliances on them for a certain amount of time. But if you just, like, let's say, run one refrigerator, you're really going to stretch that out. And if you'll stick around for the video, I've got a run time on my kitchen refrigerator. I've got a run time on my dining room refrigerator. And I've also went the extra mile, and I'm doing a runtime test on both refrigerators and both freezers, stand-up freezers. So 4 of them. How long can this thing power all of them? So if you'll stick around, we're going to get into that. But I've still got another little special thing I want to show you on this. I want to show you how much it can handle on a surge, and you'll be surprised what you can run on this thing. So let's get into it. You get a little box for your cables and your manual. Here's your AC cord to plug this up to the wall to charge. Here is your lighter port to XT60. So that way you can charge this by solar. Here is your warranty card or manual, however you want to say it. You can either use the QR code with your phone, or you can get on their website on a desktop or a laptop and register this. And like I said, you get 3 years warranty out of the box. Once you register it, you get an additional 2 years, which makes you a total of 5-year warranty, which is great. Here is your manual. It's got everything you need to know in it. And I will say they have put everything that you can possibly think of. We'll get a closer look at this real quick for the specs. Here is the manual, the contents. And here's what I mainly want to show you. Get a little close up here. That way you can pause it and read it in case I forget to tell you anything. It's got your output, input, battery info. Now again, this is the Dabson 3000L. It's a 3072 watt hour, 3000 watt continuous output, and it goes up to 3600 watt in the P boost mode, and that lowers the volts and lifts the amps, spreads out the electricity a little bit more for when you need it. I don't recommend that for sensitive items like flat screen TVs, laptop computers, stuff like that, refrigerators. But you can turn the P boost off on this one, and that's something I am so glad they done. You can't do that with the 2000L or the 1000L, but this one they did add it. You can turn that off, and I love that. P boost is great when you need it, but when you don't, I like to turn it off. That way you ain't got to worry about damaging any sensitive items. It has a surge of 6,000 watts. It is a pure sine wave semi-solid state batteries, LifePo 4,000 plus cycles to 10 years until it drops to 80%. And solid state batteries, they are the newest type of LifePo 4 batteries. They run longer than a regular LifePo 4 battery. So they're using the latest technology in their power stations. So you're getting a better battery with a longer runtime and lifetime. So just remember that. And a cycle is when you start with your battery at 100%, you use it and it drops to 0%, but then you recharge it back to 100. That is one cycle. So every time you use and deplete that battery, that is one cycle. So you can use this 4,000 plus cycles, and they say up to 10 years before it just drops to the 80%. And what I mean by that is right out of the box, if this, let's say, just for instance, it'll run your refrigerator for 10 hours in 4,000 plus cycles or 10 years, it'll just run it for 8 hours. It doesn't mean you throw it away or it's no good. It just burns off the top 20% of the battery. So roughly in 10 years, it'll still run your refrigerator or freezer or whatever for 8 hours instead of 10. So I just wanted to explain that. But 4,000 plus cycles, that is a long time. That's more than if you would use it one full battery every day for 10 years. You still are not hitting that 4,000 plus cycles. It is UL94-VO fire resistant. The weight is 56 pounds, and they do make a cart. It is on their website. It has adjustable telescopic handles, and you can just roll it. That way you don't have to lift it and break your back over and over. It's not bad 1 or 2 times, but if you do it 5 and 6 times a day, you're going to feel it. This thing is a beast, I've told you. The measurements are 9.1 inches deep, 11.57 inches long, 9.57 inches tall. Again, 5-year warranty, 3 out of the box, 2 if you register it on their website. The input AC charging, which is here on the back, right here, that is 120 volt, 15 amp, 60 hertz, and you can bring in 1800 watt max in 2.6 hours. The solar charging right here is a 12 volt to 60 volt on the high, 20 amp, 800 watt max, and that is a XT60 fitting. The car charging, which is with the XT60, is a 12 volt to 24 volt, 8 amp. The outputs, you got pure sine wave, 120 volt. You have 6 outlets, plus your TT30 RV hookup, which is 120 volt, but it will run your camper or RV. You have USB-C, 100 watt and a 30 watt. You have USB-A, 15 watt. Your car lighter port right there. and your 5521 barrel port. That is 12.6 volt to 10 amp, 126 watts total together. You have a light, low, high, SOS, and off. It is AI-driven BMS, battery management system. It has over voltage protection, overload protection, high temperature, low temperature, short circuit, low voltage, over current protection, and overcharge protection. So you are getting a lot with this 3000L, I'm flat telling you. And it's got a phone app. And like I said, you can turn off the P boost, which I think is awesome. So we're going to do a little demonstration. Let me take you out here and show you real quick. Just bear with me. Right there, I have 3 arrays, 700 watts apiece. And then down here, this one, that is 600 watts. And that one is 420 watts. So I have 5 arrays all together. And these are my power stations, different ones, different sizes. I have plenty. I am charging. That one's at 45%. It's early, so I'm not bringing in all the solar. These 2 are on charge. That one's on charge. And this one is on charge, if you can see it. That one right there. But I run my home on power stations day and night. When I get up in the morning, I plug one up right here with my cord. And this cord comes down. I have a surge protector behind my dresser. It's a heavy duty one. And what I have done is I have took a cord from different rooms. Here in the dining room, I don't know if you can see it, but I have a hookup right there. And it goes down under my floor. That right there is a female outlet, just like on the power stations. You know, you just plug something into it. I put one here. The cable goes under my home in the crawl space, goes to my bedroom, to that surge protector. Here in the living room, here is the one I installed, the yellow one, female. And again, it goes under the floor into my bedroom to that surge protector. We'll go in here. Right up here, I've installed this, if you can see it. I have 3 AC outlets and 2 USB, but that goes down under my floor and into my bedroom. And here in the pantry, I've installed this double outlet, just like a wall outlet. This goes down below my floor and into my bedroom. So I just wanted to show you that. That way I can hook up everything on AC on my power stations and run it. And at this very moment, that's what I'm doing with this unit. This is running my fridges, freezers, TV. Well, I ain't got my TV plugged up yet. I wanted to show y'all the outlet. But I do this every day. Tonight, I will switch it from, like, let's say this one, I'll switch it to that one. When I get up in the morning, I'll take it from that one, put it into another one. And I just do this every day. And then the ones I'm not using, I just charge them up just like I'm doing now. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this yellow cord right here, and I'm going to take it, and I'm going to stretch it out. Take my extra cords right here, because I want to do it in the kitchen where you can really see it. But I'm going to hook all this up to my Dabson, and we're going to plug everything up to my Dabson at one time and turn it on and let it surge. And we're going to see if it'll kick it off or if it can handle all of my refrigerators, freezers, TV, all that. So give me a second. I want to stretch out my cord and get everything ready. So just stay tuned and I'll be right back. All right. I want to give you a last look before we get started. I've took my cord, plugged it up to the Dabson. I had to use my other cord to make it reach. So this goes back there behind, and then it reaches all of my rooms. As you can see, it's not plugged up no more. And I want you to watch. There's my light. There's my kitchen light. The stove clock, it's blinking. So I just want you to see all that. Lights on here. We're going to kill the power to my home. That way, no doubt, no trickery or nothing like that. So let's kill the power. And again, you see my lights. There they went. No lights. No clock. No power nowhere. And I've already went over here and plugged it in to my solar cable. That's what I call it. Running to my power stations. Now keep in mind, this is a 70-inch TV, a little clock. I've got my security monitor, my security system box that powers all my 6 cameras outside. Then we have got this large deep freezer, which is off. Here's my refrigerator in the dining room, off. My kitchen refrigerator, off. We're almost there, people. Here is my freezer in my pantry, off. Power is off everywhere on everything. Now I have all of my TV and everything right there plugged up, both freezers, both fridges, to right here. So let's see if this thing can handle it. Turning it on. Now let's hit the power button and watch the watch right here. There it went. 914 surge. It's coming down. Running at 619, 622. That's the watts we're using to power everything that's hooked up to this. So now let's take a look. And before we take a look, I'm going to turn on my TV. Let it boot up. Right there's my light. Freezer is running. Kitchen fridge light is on. Running. Dining room fridge. Running. And my dining room freezer. This is a monster. It's running. My TV is booting up. It even has the Wi-Fi box, you know, you get from your cable company. So it's running the little cable box, my TV, my security monitor screen, the security system itself, plus 6 cameras, plus that little clock right there, if you can see it. So this Dabson is running all of that. And all we are using right now is 630 640 watts. That's nothing out of 3,000 watts. And if they wasn't sensitive items like, a microwave, refrigerator, or whatever, you could put it into P boost and go up to 3,600 watts. But right now, like I said, you've got 3,000 watts to play with. We're using 640, little less. You've got plenty of room to put on your air fryer, microwave, coffee pot right there. I mean, I'm telling you, this thing is a monster. So if you have a real honest to goodness blackout, it was either 2 or 3 winters ago, I think it was 2 winters ago, our power was out for within 5 hours, it would have been 6 days. And let me tell you, if I hadn't had my power stations, we never would have made it, because my aunt and uncle below us, who lives down the hill, they use a gas generator. They were spending $50 every 24 hours in gas. So I love solar power stations. They can get you through hard times, but I'm just telling you, a 3,000 watt unit can do in power a lot. So we'll go ahead and turn everything back on as far as the power. Let's go in here and just to show you, no lights. Here we go. There we go. You heard the alarm beep. But I'm flat telling you, you cannot go wrong with the Dabson 3000L. This thing is a monster. Now I'm going to explain UPS, which Dabson calls theirs EPS, Emergency Power Supply, or UPS is Uninterrupted Power Supply. And in case you don't know, for those of you who are new, what that is that you can take your power station, as long as it has UPS, and I recommend whatever brand you do buy, make sure it has UPS and pass-through charging, and we'll get to that in a second. But UPS is where, let's say you're going away for the weekend, storms are coming, and you want to be prepared. You got a lot of money invested in your food, your meat, your steaks, and you want to make sure the power don't go off to your refrigerator. You can take your power station, plug it up to the wall outlet, then plug your refrigerator up to the outlet in the power station, and in that order. And what that does is your regular home power comes and goes through your power station and powers your refrigerator. And this goes for laptops, freezers, whatever it is, and it will power your refrigerator. But if the power should go out, in your neighborhood or just your home, whatever, this will kick over in 15 milliseconds, and that's less than a second, and it will start powering whatever you have plugged up. In this instant, we're going to use a refrigerator, but it'll keep this powered up. But then when the power returns and is restored, it will click back over, and your wall AC power grid will power your refrigerator, plus it will charge this back up to 100%. So it's a backup for whatever you're plugging into it. If you got a laptop or a desktop and you've got a lot of work on there, and you want to make sure you don't lose it if it's unplugged or the power goes out, you use your UPS. That way, if the power goes out, it never shuts off and it saves everything. But in instance, you can use it for a freezer, a refrigerator, security system, whatever you're wanting to use and keep on during a blackout. So I'm going to demonstrate that real quick. I'm going to plug up the Dabson 3000L to the wall. Turn the screen back on. And right now we're at 99%, so it will start charging, because that's literally what you're doing. You're plugging it up to the wall. So now we're going to plug up the refrigerator to the Dabson, and I just want to show you that the fridge is off. So I've got the cord here. I'm going to plug it up, turn on my AC power, and watch the fridge. It will come on. So right now, the Dabson is not running this refrigerator. The power grid is. It is going from the outlet in the wall, passing through the Dabson, and running the refrigerator. Okay, we're going to simulate the power going out. A storm come by and a tree took down our power lines, let's say. I'm going to unplug it from the wall because that is literally your power going off. So I'm going to do it on 3. So 1, 2, 3. And as you can see, it is still running the refrigerator, but now your Dabson is running the refrigerator. You've seen the light not really flicker, but it just kind of went down for a second. That was at 15 millisecond turnover time. But right now, this is running it. It is using 139 watts. So that way, if the power goes out, your refrigerator or laptop or whatever stays running. And this will keep it running till either the battery gets depleted or the power is restored. So let's restore the power. I'm going to plug it back up. Get my cord. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. It just clicked back over. So now the power grid is running the fridge again. So that is just great because you can not worry about your laptop or refrigerator or anything. It will stay running while you're gone. Now, pass-through charging, what that is, and you definitely want that in whatever power station you purchase, that is where you can either plug this up to the wall AC or solar and use it at the same time. A lot of your cheaper power stations, you can't do that. You either can use it or you can charge it. You can't do both. But on the Dabson, you can. You can charge it with solar or charge it with AC wall outlet, plus use it. And I mean use it on everything. So there's no worries. I've told you, they have put a lot of thought into this unit. This thing is a beast. So I hope that I've covered everything on the Dabson 3000L. That way you're informed. You can make a good choice on whatever power station you want to purchase. But I will flat tell you, if you ask me, do I recommend Dabson power stations? 110%. If I didn't, I wouldn't have purchased 5 power stations off of their company already. And again, I paid for them. They didn't give me nothing. I haven't received 1 penny. I'm just trying to inform you on good power stations to purchase, because I hate to see people buy something with good money and it not work or it don't last long. And 2, like I said, warranty and customer service, you're paying for that. They're not giving it to you. So if you do not have customer service that will help you, you do not have no warranty. I'm telling you. I had a company a while back. Took me literally about 3 months to get my power station repaired because they repaired it, and when they sent it back, it came back in pieces. Literally, it looked like somebody took a hammer to it. And I had to fight with them and literally prove to them that I didn't send it to them that way. I mean, they were just not wanting to pay for a new power station. But luckily, I had took pictures of it previously and dated it. And that's what got me my power station. And believe it or not, when they returned it, the wheels were broke. They had to ship me more wheels again. So I'm telling you, warranty and customer service, keep that way up on your list. You need that. And UPS or EPS and pass-through charging. And I want to show you this real quick before we leave. These here are the Dabson waterproof bags for the 1000L and the 2000L. And they're not going to survive if you throw them in a lake. But you can put your power stations in these. They are padded, very thick. They have a zipper up here with a mesh netting to put all of your cables, paperwork, whatever you may need. It's padded all the way around, top and bottom. Then your lid zips up. You have 2 handles that Velcro together. Plus, you have a carry strap with a padded shoulder rest. And it has their name an insignia on it, logo. But again, these are on their websites. I bought these because when we do go camping or visiting, sometimes I take power stations, show my relatives. If we go on a picnic, a trip, anything. But at least I can store these power stations in these bags and set them down, and no dust will get on them. So I just wanted to show you that. But again, this is for the 2000L. This one is for the 1000L. And I'm telling you, they're rugged. They're not cheap. I mean, they're made very well. I just wanted to point that out to you in case you're looking. So now we're going to get to the runtime tests on the refrigerators and the freezers. So, and the efficiency test. So let's get to that. I know you've been waiting. So on the efficiency test for the 3000L here, it done very well. And I will say 2 years ago, 75% efficiency was great. But this is how much the power stations are improving. And the reason this one is so good is because of the solid state LiFePO4 batteries and the BMS system. They're putting everything into here so that you can get a quality power station and not just get an average one. And I'm flat telling you, this thing has impressed me so much. I'm tickled to death I bought it. So the efficiency test on this is 95%. And what that's telling you is out of 100%, it used 5% to keep itself on and working. You know, the thinking part, the lights, everything internal, it has to run itself off of the battery. And it used 5%. So it gives you or me the 95% to run everything else. So that's super good. Like I said, 2 years ago, 75% was good. We're getting 95% out of the 3000L. And now I've done 3 tests where this one is so large and I know it could handle it. I've done 3 tests on it. The first one is my kitchen double door refrigerator from 100% down to 0% till it shuts itself off. And again, my double door refrigerator here in the kitchen is 30 years old, very inefficient. So if you have something within the last 10 years, you are going to pass up this time with flying colors. So just keep that in mind. My kitchen runtime on my double door refrigerator from 100% battery to 0 till it's shut off, 25 hours and 23 minutes. And I use my watt meter and that times it right down to the minute. So I'm being precise, 25 hours and 23 minutes. My dining room refrigerator, the single door white one, which is not a new one, it's an older one. On the dining room, I got 60 hours from 100% to 0 till it shut off. I mean, people in a power outage, that is quite a feat right there. I mean, you ain't got to worry about losing your food. And if you have a little chest freezer or something, they don't use that much. So, you know, if you did have a chest freezer, you might get something like 55 hours, 54 hours using both of them. Just trying to give you an estimate. But the dining room, 60 hours, right on the money. Might be off a minute or two, but it was 60 hours. And now this is the one that got me. I put all 4 of my freezers and fridges, 2 fridges and the 2 stand-up freezers, all at the same time, from 100% to 0 till it shut off, 10 hours and 11 minutes. I mean, people, you know, usually when you do have a power outage, usually it's less than 24 hours. So this thing here will get you by with flying colors. So I just wanted to let you know that. And just to throw it out there, I'm going to leave the links to my 2000L and the 1000L in the description along with the discount code. But just to let you know, the 2000L on my kitchen refrigerator was 20 hours and 40 minutes. On all 4, both fridges, both freezers, it got 7 hours and 30 minutes. In case you don't really want to spend that much and you want to come down in price just a little bit, but I do recommend the 3000. I really do. If you can swing it, get it. On the 1000L, my kitchen It done 9 hours and 22 minutes. So, and I didn't do the test on my little fridge on the 1000L. I completely forgot, and it couldn't handle all four. So that's why I didn't do it. So I just wanted to let you know that. People, I'm flat telling you, a lot of people look at your top tier power station brands and they pay a lot of extra just because of the name. It ain't like it used to be. You got a lot of companies that's really come up and they're starting, if not already past, the top tier companies. So Dabson is definitely one to look at, hands down. Again, I cannot say nothing bad about them. Their customer service is great. I've always got good customer service. And their warranty, 5 years, you cannot beat that. And their price, they're not overpriced. Look at other 3,000 watt units, or if you're looking at the 2000L, look at a 2,000 watt unit. Look at their prices. But I'm telling you, you can't go wrong by getting a Dabson. And I don't care what model, but I do recommend at least a 2000 or up. But man, after getting this, really, I recommend the 3000L hands down. On the app, I can sit here in my chair in this thing in my bedroom and work everything from my phone. So just want to throw that out. And again, if it's too heavy for you, you can get a card off of their website, the bags. That way you can keep the dust off of them. Hopefully they'll come out with a bag big enough for the 3000L. But I hope you enjoyed the video. I do appreciate you stopping by, and I would appreciate a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not, and share the video. It just helps the YouTube algorithm. That way it'll push my video out to other viewers. Hey, I thank you. I'll be coming out with another video pretty soon. God bless, and take care of your family.